Hey there, thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Spiritual Scientist. I'm Victor. Thanks for checking me out. I'm going to talk to you about a couple things I thought was important and personal things, and I think maybe it'll help somebody out there a little bit. So, I've been working a lot, 7 days this week, 7 days. You know, when I work too much, I always get sick. I know I'm going to get sick because I just get worn out. So I'm worn out, I got a little bit of a cold. And that's when you get worn out. That's when the devil attacks, right? So I'm using this all as an example. So I'm going to tell you a story, and it has a moral, and hopefully it works out. So, you know, I had a dream last night. In the dream, there were these clones of women. So there's 4 clones of one person, 4 clones of another person. And so these clones were there, and they're like, you know what, you got to kill a couple of these clones. There's too many clones. You got to kill them. So it ends up being a moral question. Are clones real people, you know? But anyway, I ended up, trying to choke a couple of these clones in my dream. And I talked about this on my channel before, that spirits will come to me in a dream, and I think they're coming to other people as well. And they wait till you get really tired. I mean, I'm tired, I'm a little sick, and they wait till you're tired, and they try to get me to commit evil acts in my dreams. That's their goal. They want you to kill in the dream, so that's a cardinal act, right? So they're always trying to do that. Anyway, so I'm choking these 2 clones, and they're like together, squish them together, and start choking them when they're almost dead. I take one of my hands and I make the sign of the cross. It's just a habit, just something I just did. I said unconsciously, I don't know what it is, but I made the sign of the cross, and then I woke up, and they couldn't get me to kill the clones. They couldn't get me to commit that egregious act in the dream. I wake up. I have a thing subliminally where if I'm going to be committing some kind of horrible act, I try to always wake myself up. So I woke up. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. But that's when what I'm saying to you is the devil comes to you when you're tired, when you're weak, when you're at your weakest. And it's not by our acts that we're saved, it's through Jesus. So we have to always stay vigilant. If I said that right, vigilant. Sorry. Like I said, I'm tired. Vigilant. We have to stay vigilant about these kind of things and always keep, Jesus at the center of our, world. And when we have things happen to us, like, I tell the story where I was driving to work one day, and I was going over a bridge, and I just said, I prayed. I just said, did Jesus really go to the cross? And then I got a vision later of Jesus on the cross. Like, when I was going to bed, like, it was such a powerful vision. I was with Jesus on the cross, and I was getting crucified. And I could feel the nails going into my hands and my feet and everything else. So it was like I was Jesus on the cross. So it was crazy. I was trying to get out of the vision. I didn't want it. I was like, no, that's okay. Tap out. I couldn't break out till it was over. And it was an amazing vision that God gave me. But I have people that, I told that to, and they attacked me and said, that's just from your own mind. That's... What isn't from my own mind, okay? What isn't? Let's go that direction. What isn't? But I didn't want it. I was like, okay, I'm done. I was tapping out. I was like, stop this vision, stop. And I wasn't asleep. I was laying in bed, but I didn't sleep. I wasn't asleep. I was wide awake. And so, I saw that. And I've had these angels or not angels, these demons, they pretend that they're angels. They'll come to you, and I had them come to me in my room, and They look blue, a little bit blue, but there was a row of them, and they're two-dimensional. They're two-dimensional beings, and they're floating above my bed, and they try to, they were communicating with me. I said, "What's your name?" And they said, "We're the Elohim." And I was like, "Oh." They said, "Who are you?" To me, and I said, I'm just a human, a little more advanced maybe, but I'm just a human. And they, touched my heart and said, "Do you want us to open your heart?" And I said no, and they were surprised. And they were like, "Really? You don't want us to open your heart?" I'm like, "No, because I know, that if I want my heart open, I want it to open to Jesus, right?" So I was like, "No." And I said, what's really cool to him? I was like, and I showed him the vision of the cross that I had that God showed me, and they turned these angelic looking beings, they turned into like the fish from Finding Nemo with fangs, and it's like they got sucked away, they got disappeared. They were pissed that I showed them the cross. They were demons, but they were posing as these angelic beings. They were posing as the Elohim. They looked like aliens a little bit with big bulbous heads. And what I'm saying to you is that, you'll get people in your life that are posing as angelic beings. You'll get people posing as, prophets when they're false prophets. It's happening all the time. It's that spirit of the Antichrist that I keep watching videos about all the time. But you just gotta keep Jesus in your heart. And the thing about it is that, people think that they're gonna go to heaven from their own acts, and it's just having, believing in Jesus. And what happens when you have Jesus in your heart is a myriad of things. But the thing about it is there's different spirits in the world, and when you have that spirit, you're in line with that spirit, then you're in line with righteousness and doing good things. And you might think that you're doing the right thing with in the world. You might say, "Oh, I did this, I did that, aren't I great?" And nothing could be, further from the truth. We don't know, what we're doing sometimes, and I'll say that. A lot of people don't know what they're doing. They unconscious, they don't know. And you don't know how other people perceive you, It's just, if you're coming from the right point, then it's all right, And that's what I wanted to share today. I thought it was important, and I think there's a lesson there that I was, I get psychically attacked in dreams all the time. I get tested all the time, especially, like I was saying, especially when I'm sick, when I'm weak, when I'm tired, when you're run down. Then they're going to come for you. That's when they're waiting. These spirits are waiting. They're waiting on the outskirts. They're waiting to get in your dreams. They're waiting to get past the barriers, and then they're going to say, "Okay, hey, do this. Take this money. Steal this thing. Do this thing. It's okay. Just do it. It's all right. You deserve it," and everything else. "Oh, just do this." Just keep Jesus in your heart. That's all I want to say to you today. Like, subscribe, share. I hope you're having a great day. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye-bye.